So this question, find the Z transform of the signal x of n is equal to 3 into 5 by 7 raised to n u of n plus 2 into minus 1 by 3 raised to n u of n and its ROC. Okay, so let's do this question. Here we know that x of z is equal to sigma n is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of n into z raised to minus n. Okay, so before I continue this video, it's better you all learn to just pause this video and try to do this problem by yourself. Okay, and then you finally compare the answer and see if you have got the correct answer. Okay, here learn to plot the z transform and the ROC by yourself. Okay, so let's do this question. So this will become sigma n is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity. X of n is given over here, so this will become 3 into 5 by 7 raised to n u of n plus 2 into minus 1 by 3 raised to n u of n z raised to minus n. Z raised to minus n. This can also be written as, here you can take the sigma and z raised to minus n inside the brackets, right? And also you can take 3 common out and 2 also common. So this will become 3 into sigma n is equal to 0 to infinity, okay, 5 by 7 raised to n, u of n is 1, z raised to minus n, plus likewise here also you can take 2 common out, sigma n is equal to 0 to infinity, and n is equal to 0 to infinity, u of n is 1, so it will become minus 1 by 3 raised to n, z raised to minus n. Okay, this can also be written as 3 into sigma n is equal to 0 to infinity, this can be written as 5 by 7 z inverse raised to n plus 2 into sigma n is equal to 0 to infinity, this can also be written as minus 1 by 3 z inverse raised to n. Okay, so now we could apply the geometric progression, that is a by 1 minus r, where a is the starting value and r is the common factor. So here the value of a is here for n is equal to 0, you will get this value raised to 0, which is equal to 1. So therefore a over here is 1 by 1, okay, 1, and so 1 by 1 minus r is this value itself, so it is 5 by 7 z inverse, okay, plus 2 into, likewise over here also, here the starting value is raised to 0, right? This value raised to 0, so 1. So 1 by 1 minus r. R is this value, so it will be minus 1 by 3 z inverse. Okay, minus 1 by 3 z inverse, right? Now, now from here itself, I think we can write what is the ROC, right? So ROC must be a by 1 minus r. It is r less than 1. So in that case, I can say in the first term, the ROC is given by a by 1 minus r. So this is your r. So 5 by 7, magnitude of 5 by 7 z inverse must be less than 1. Okay. Or in other words, the magnitude of 5 by 7 is 5 by 7. And magnitude of z inverse is z inverse magnitude. So in other words, you have magnitude of z must be greater than 5 by 7. Okay, in the second case, the magnitude is the r is minus 1 by 3 z inverse, that is the magnitude of minus 1 by 3 z inverse must be less than 1. Okay, and magnitude of minus 1 by 3 is 1 by 3, so that means this is nothing but 1 by 3 magnitude of z inverse less than 1, or in other words, here also the magnitude of z is greater than 1 by 3. Okay, so in the first case the magnitude of z is greater than 5 by 7. In the second case the magnitude of z is greater than 1 by 3. So what is your overall ROC? This is the ROC of the first term, this is the ROC of the second term. So the overall ROC must be the ROC that satisfies both the conditions. Okay, it should be the ROC that satisfies both the conditions. So in that case, the ROC here 5 by 7 is equal to 0.7 something, right? 5 by 7 is 0 0.7, 7 sevens are 49, so 0.7 something is the ROC. Here the ROC over here is 0.333, so in that case I can say that this value is greater, or in other words the overall ROC must be magnitude of Z greater than 5 by 7. Why? Because this condition satisfies this condition and also it satisfies this condition. So this ROC covers both the ROC. This is the overall ROC. Okay, so now we found the regional convergence. Now let us continue our problem. So here we found that this is the x of Z. Okay, so now the next step you are going to do is you are going to write this is equal to, I can write this as 3Z by Z minus 5 by 7 plus, here also I can take Z inverse if it LCM, so it will go 2Z by Z plus 1 by 3. Okay, so I found that this can also be written as now if I take LCM, cross multiply and all that, this will become 3z square plus 1 by 3. Okay, let me write like that, otherwise I might make mistakes. So this will become plus z, okay, plus here also 2z square, okay, and minus 10 by 7 z by, okay, by you will have z minus 5 by 7 and z plus 1 by 3. Okay, this can also be written as, so here 3 plus 2 is 5, so you have 5z square, and here z minus 10 by 7 z, here 7z minus 10 z is minus 3z, so you have minus 3 by 7 z by z minus 5 by 7 into z plus 1 by 3. In other words, this can also be written as, here I can take z common out, and this is nothing but 5z minus 3 by 7, right? 5z minus 3 by 7, if I take z common, by, here it is z minus 5 by 7 and here z plus 1 by 3. Alright, so now you can find the zeros of the z plane and the poles of z plane, right? So that means the zeros are at z is equal to 0 and z is equal to 3 by 35. Zeros. Poles are at z is equal to 5 by 7 and z is equal to minus 1 by 3. Minus 1 by 3. Okay, so now I can draw my ROC. I also found the ROC. ROC is that it is magnitude of z is greater than 5 by 7. So now let's draw my region of convergence. Okay, so this is my region. Let me draw it. Okay, so this is the real part of z, this is the imaginary part of z. Okay, this is z is equal to 0, this point. Alright, so now poles, we know zeros we represent by putting a circle, poles we represent by putting a cross. Okay, but first let me mark my region of convergence. Here, according to here, the region of convergence is this point. So 5 by 7, so 5 by 7 is 0.7, so let this be 0.7, let this point be 0.7. okay, let this point be 0.7. okay, 0.7. so if I'm going to draw a circle, Okay, so this is my region of convergence, and so now I have drawn that. So now I can mark the so is it greater than? So is it greater than means then you should, your ROC is outside the circle, right? Your ROC is outside the circle. In the exam, don't waste too much of time in drawing the lines. This is not a painting competition or anything. Okay, as much as how much temptation you get, do not waste your time drawing too much of lines. Okay, just it's understood that the ROC is outside circle, so simply shade quickly. Okay, so this is your ROC. This shade region is the ROC. Okay, and your zeros are at here, and z is equal to 3 by 35. 3 by 35 is a very small value, right? I can mark this point somewhere over here. Okay, so this is z is equal to 0, this is z is equal to 3 by 35, and next is poles are at z is equal to minus 5 by 7. Okay, that is right over here. This is the z is equal to 5 by 7. Okay, this is the z is equal to 5 by 7, and z is equal to minus 1 by 3. Minus 1 by 3 is somewhere over here. Okay, I can mark this point. Z is equal to minus 1 by 3. So this is how we draw the region of convergence. Okay, on the z plane. Okay, when they ask you the region of convergence, you should draw poles and zeros also. Okay, and also your region of convergence. Okay, so this is how we do the problem.